My journey has been an interesting one. I've always had a job my whole life, and my parents have instilled a very strong work ethic in me. And I've always felt the need to be prepared for whatever might come my way. I've always, really been driven and wanted to be independent, and I feel like that's what got me to where I am today. When I graduated from university, I began my career at the Ministry of Presidential Affairs. I was seconded to a football club, which was kind of interesting. I really didn't have an interest in football and didn't know a lot about it, but I was part of the team that was sent there to reorganize and kind of revitalize the Al Jazeera Football Club. So I spent 2 years working there. It was really interesting and fun, and I developed a love for football from being there. And then I really wanted a career change, and I got a phone call from a very good friend of mine, and she told me about this opportunity at Dolphin Energy. I was hesitant because it was a completely different field, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to work in oil and gas, but she really encouraged me to come to the interview, and when I did, I just felt this sense of ease being there, and I don't know, something told me this is the right place for you, and I've been there ever since. I'm going into my 10th year working in oil and gas, and I can't imagine doing anything other than that. I think I've been really blessed that I haven't really faced a lot of obstacles as such, because I feel like I always go with my gut and what feels right for me. But I think one of the main challenges that I've faced early on in my career here at Dolphin was being the only female. In the beginning, it would give me, anxiety, for lack of better words. I'd be kind of nervous to walk into a boardroom with 30 Emirati men and be the youngest and the only female. And I really had to think about how I could overcome this. And I really started to think about how I got to this position and what brought me to this position, and really think about all the women that came before me and paved the way for me to even be able to sit comfortably in a boardroom filled with all of these men. And I realized that it was kind of like an honor, or a privilege that I was able to kind of overcome these barriers and work in an industry that's male dominant and still have a voice and still be heard. And I really started to channel that inner hero in me and say, you know what, you can go, you can do this, and you'll be fine. And it really brought my confidence up. I think another obstacle that I faced in my career is this work-life balance, and I think this is something that a lot of people face. It's not unique to just women, but in my case in particular, it took me a while to be able to balance being a mom, being a wife, being a career woman. And what really helped me was this notion of a single focus. Once I really understood that I had to focus on one thing at a time and really spend my time and effort working on that one thing specifically, it kind of took away this guilt that I had about, being at work and not being with my kids, or being with my kids and having all this work. So I started to really, when I'm at work, just focus on work. And when I'm at home, just focus on the kids and being a wife and being a mom. And that really helped me in my career, because I was able to kind of separate the two. And it's made my life a lot easier once I was able to grasp that concept. I think if I had any advice to give future women in the workforce, it would be to step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes we're so, in our shell, or we think this is the right thing for us, and we don't really venture, we don't really get to see or try new things. my advice would be you never know. You should really try something different. Also, I think not to be in a rut. Sometimes people are in a job that they don't like, that they're not passionate about. It comes across. When you don't like your job or you're doing something you don't enjoy, people can feel it and they know that. So I think my advice would be try new things and always do things from the heart and do things that you love and are passionate about, and really try to find that inner self. I think that's really important in life, just to find what your purpose is and go with that. What I can speak on with authority is the many positive changes that we've seen here in the UAE and in the region. Today, we see women in the upper echelons of government, in the private sector. What really gives me pride and satisfaction is knowing that we have a government that supports us, a community that supports us. So we have all these people that are in our corner that want to see women succeed and want to see women win. This, to me, it brings me immense pride, just to be an Emirati and know that I have the backing of all of these people that want to see me do well. This makes me want to work harder. This makes me want to do better. I think I'm fortunate that I don't really see a glass ceiling for myself. And I think sometimes as women, we put that glass ceiling, on ourselves. And once you remove that and you feel like, I can do whatever I want to do, or I'm able to be a pilot, a Pilates instructor, a chef, a doctor, whatever it is that you want to do, and you feel like your community and your government and the leadership support you in that, I think that's a wonderful feeling. So I see a lot of really positive changes happening, and I think it's only going to get better for women as a whole. طبعاً, yes, of course. I think together as women, if we stay united and support each other, that we can do anything.